start this video, I just want to show you how dusty my camera is. Let's hope she works.
Hi, I'm Carissa. This is the Fat Girl Flow channel. We are here and we are so itchy because we put makeup on for the first time, I would say in 7 months. So we're here. Is my chin waxed? No. I want to come back to YouTube, but I have made a couple of videos and I felt really weird about just posting them with no like explanation to where I've been, what I've been doing, what my life is like right now. So I thought that I would just make a video kind of reintroducing myself. I'm Carissa. This is the Fat Girl Flow channel. I run a blog called fatgirlflow.com. We talk about plus size fashion. Over the years, I've also got into a lot of fat activism, but mostly what I like to focus on is being a resource for plus size people about where to shop. That's my little quick who am I. On Instagram, Fat Girl Flow on Instagram, I asked if anyone had any questions for me about returning to YouTube. So I'm going to take a minute and talk about those and ask those questions to myself, which when you haven't filmed for a while feels the question that I got several times was, why did you stop making YouTube videos? I also got some questions about how it seems like my life has maybe slowed down a little bit and if that was intentional or not, and it wasn't. In 2021, I believe, I had to get my gallbladder taken out and it kind of led to a host of other health issues. I did not know that when you get your gallbladder taken out, sometimes you get IBS after. Some people have a really hard time adjusting to it and stuff. I also got diagnosed with something called alpha-gal syndrome, which is it's a tick-borne illness that makes you allergic to mammalian meat. And as many of you know, I have been in recovery for a restrictive eating disorder. And so 2021 and 2022 was pretty rough on me, mixed with a lot of health issues from having my gallbladder removed and not recovering very well. I'm also diabetic, so any health issues kind of like spiral into a bigger health issues. My diabetes is really well controlled, but even with it being really well controlled, as soon as I got that diagnosis that I couldn't eat mammal meat, it began a process that started to restrict my diet, and it gets out of control very quickly if you are a person in ED recovery. I think that a lot of people forget that eating disorders are mental health issues, and when I relapse, it comes with a host of other fun issues like extreme anxiety and panic attacks and agoraphobia and, you know, the stuff. I'm really lucky I have a good support network, but it's been kind of a tough couple years, and slowing down on social media and YouTube was not at first a choice. It was something that my body kind of said, you have to do. Then slowly it did become a choice around kind of self-preservation. I decided that I really, really enjoy the community part of social media. I have a really great Discord group through my Patreon that I love and that I like was very active, has 100 or so people in it that we talk every day. But I have a hard time like monitoring YouTube comments and just constantly monetizing my life. I have a lot of hobbies that I love to do, and I think that sometimes on social media it can feel like you have to monetize every single thing that you've ever done. And that was getting in the way of me relaxing, getting in the way of me caring for myself. And so I decided to just kind of hop off social media in some ways. Yeah, it's been good. I mean, I feel like I have been able to come out of this really rough relapse health thing that I was going through, and I'm kind of coming out on the other side, and it feels really nice and I feel very balanced, and that feels positive. So yeah, I am trying to slow down my life a little bit, but at first it was not intentional. Oops, I didn't mean to. And then I was like, oh, this is something that I really need. I started on YouTube, I think when I was maybe like 28, and I am 37 now. And life is just gonna look more and more different, like all the time. Aging is real, and bodies change, and things are different as you get older, and your values and the things you care about become a little bit different. So yeah. People also asked how our house is, if we're gonna do a house tour, what we've been doing on the new house. In 2021, we bought this house and we are obsessed with this house. This house is 30 minutes away from where I grew up and away from our family and friends. And when I relapsed, it's been a difficult transition to be that far away from friends and family. So getting used to rural life is different. It's really fun, especially as spring is coming around, but in the winter months, it's difficult. It's difficult to be out somewhere by yourself and not have a lot of access to social events very quickly, and you know, your friends don't really want to stop by when you live 30 minutes away and stuff. So that has been an adjustment, but we are adjusting. And I think the biggest thing for both of us is that we just really, really love this house. This house feels like home. Our property is beautiful, and it feels magical to be able to work on it. And you know, over the last few weekends we've been building planter boxes and compost, like a compost system out in our back acre, and it's been really fun. I think we will do a house tour eventually at some point. I am very focused on my garden right now, and I am very, very tempted to like make a second channel all about gardening, about fat gardening, about accessible gardening. And also, I am deeply, deeply trying to just enjoy things, to just let myself enjoy things and not try to monetize them. If I'm being honest, that's like really fucking hard financially, because you can make a lot of money from monetizing your life. And so that choice is not taken lightly, but I think that it benefits my mental health and my life greatly. So yes, I want to show all of you what I have been up to. I want to show you our house. I want to show you the garden. And also I'm like kind of treading lightly on throwing a camera in when I'm like really deeply enjoying something. You know what I mean? Someone asked what my everyday outfits are looking like these days, and I'll tell you what, it's not a cute top. It is a white tank top and a specific pair of Reebok sweatpants that I am obsessed with. I wear this outfit nearly every single day. I throw on a sweatshirt over it. I also am always wearing socks and slides, always. It's almost embarrassing. Like, I can't stop wearing socks and slides, and they're not good slides, okay? These are very cheap, very busted slides, and that's what I'd be wearing, you know? In the last several years, I have chose to drastically pare down my closet. It is a immense privilege to be on YouTube and to have brands want to send you things. It's incredible. Like, when I first started YouTube, as a fat girl, it felt like I never had access to clothing, and then all of a sudden I was like offered so much clothing and I couldn't get enough. Like, I think that this is something that happens when your options have been restricted for a long time. You kind of overcorrect, you overcompensate, and you like sometimes consume or do more than like you naturally would. And I loved that for many years. Like, I thought clothes was the coolest thing you could ever receive, ever get. And I just had a massive issue with like my values on having too much shit in my house and the amount of clothing coming in, those things weren't aligning. I found some really good systems now where if I have anything come in, where it almost immediately goes into what I call a friendship closet. Over on Patreon, if we have a certain amount of patrons, then I think it's biannually, we do a free closet sale, which is where I just get a camera set up. I have everyone from my Patreon come onto a Zoom call, and I just show them what I have and they can have it. I think last time I sent out something like 43 packages or something like that. It's been really fun, and it's been nice to just like to have this kind of system where I'm not overwhelmed with the clothing coming in. I really struggled with whether or not I should continue making YouTube videos if I'm not wearing the clothes actively, or if I'm not personally purchasing the clothes. I think I'm still struggling with that a little bit, but I think that where I'm at with it right now is that I really see myself as a resource, and that I think that by trying on clothes and showing all of you what's out there, what's available, and how it fits, that I think I'm doing something that can be useful to you. And if it's useful to you, then I feel okay about it. I think that I'm in a place where the consumption of clothing isn't feeling as heavy for me, but for a while it just felt all consuming. It felt like I was buried under what I had, and now I feel like I have a really good grasp on my laundry situation. I have a good grasp on what's coming in and out of the house. So yeah, I think that right now my clothing style has been slides and sweatpants, and you know, as spring hits, it'll be more like overalls, working in the garden wear. We'll see how it kind of evolves. So that I make this video somewhat brief and not forever and just like a reintroduction, I'll end with the questions about our dogs and our animals and how they're doing. They're doing fantastically. I think maybe y'all were introduced to Saul as a puppy. I'm not sure, but we will do a reintroduction with him. He is about 120 pounds. He is a big, giant, snuggly baby. He is just the sweetest, best-tempered dog. He's an angel. The Chihuahuas are great. Our cattle dog it's becoming spring, so she's getting fired up. She's ready for more and more dog park trips. The Chihuahuas are happy to stay at home and get fed treats all the time. Our dogs are doing great. Jay's doing great. Some of you have seen on social media, Jay and I talk about Jay's dad's cancer diagnosis. That has been weighing heavily on us for the last year, and it's not great news. Jay's dad is the goal of his treatment is no longer remission. They don't think that they're going to be able to cure the type of cancer that he has because of the placement of the tumor. That has been rough for our family. But Jay's dad is really, really incredible, and it's been like a very good reminder that we only have so much time here, and I just feel like Jay and I have been together for 5 years now, and I just feel so grateful that we moved Jay's family here in 2021, and I just feel so grateful that I've got all of this time with them, and I'm happy to update more on Jay's dad if there's anything specific anyone's interested in. I'll also link the GoFundMe page that we have going for him down below, and you can see updates about everything that he's going through on the GoFundMe page. But he's doing well, and he's in good spirits, and Jay's mom is in good spirits, and life is unfolding, right? Like things are always changing and becoming more dynamic, and I think that sometimes those things are really hard to cope with, but we do it. So to end on a happier note, someone asked me what I have been doing lately for fun, and other than gardening, since I've had to be inside, I'll show you a couple of things. These are ridiculous. Do not judge them. I have been making fairy houses. I have just decided that our property needs to be littered with fairy houses. So these ones are still works in progress. I made a pool for one. You know, you just gotta find some joy and lean into it. So that is what we're doing over here. In the future, I know I have a swimsuit haul coming up very, very soon, which is very exciting. And there are just a few other videos that I have planned. I've already recorded a reaction video. One of my most viewed videos is about dieting and body positivity, and I thought I would do a 8 years later reaction video. So we're gonna do that. I think that that's a pretty good catch up, right? Do you feel caught up? I feel good about that. These should be weekly. We'll see. We will see. You can get early access to them over on Patreon. I think that's it. Thanks for being here. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.